So from there, from that line right there, I'm going over here, I'm going to mark 15.8.5 to the outside. I'm going to mark 15.5, 3 inches less than 3.5 inches less because the wall is 3.5. So we're going to take that line and move it out to this end. What do you say, Angel?
Good, sir.
Okay, it's not important for you to say sir. It's just important for you to say good, okay? I don't want to come across as an anal asshole, even though I am. You want to make sure that you get a good dark line. That way whenever you're raising the walls, you have a nice line to put the wall on, so you make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, so now we have two perpendicular lines, 3.5 in on each side. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a square. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take a measurement right here from the inside of this line to the inside of the other line, and it is 15'5". So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to mark. Angel's going to put a mark there on the corner at 3.5 inches. Now, I'm going to butt the mark that he made because I want the inside of the wall to get the square because I measured inside to inside. And I'm going to come across here and I'm going to mark 15 foot. Okay, so actually, let's start that all over again because I want to use a square that somebody can use. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now we have two perpendicular lines. Dude, it looks like you're pointing at my right here.
I'm not.
We have two perpendicular lines on the slab from one side to the other, 3.5 inches in. So now we're going to create a square. There's a lot of different squares you can use. You can use 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot. 6 foot down the side, 8 foot down the side, and 10 foot across the corner. And what that does is that gives you a square, a 90-degree angle. But this is a little bigger than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 15 foot, 20 foot, and 25 foot. So I marked 15 foot here. Angel's going to mark 3.5 inches over here on this side. He's going to mark 3.5 inches on this side because we want the Angel's going to mark 3.5 inches on this side because we want the inside of the wall to get the square, buddy. And over here I'm going to mark 20 feet. Okay, so I have 20 feet down this side and I have 15 feet down that side, and now I'm going to pull from here back over there 25 feet. And that'll give me my square. Okay. Now we're going to pop a line between these two marks. Make sure that you pull the chalk line nice and tight. You don't want it to be flopping around. You want a nice straight line. Okay. So now we have the two straight lines on each side and we've squared the back wall. Now we're going to pull a measurement from the inside of the square line that we made to get the front wall. It measures 23'9", so we're going to back up 3.5 inches from that, which would be 23'5.5". And we're going to transfer 23'5.5 to the other side. Really good slab, everything's really straight and square, so we don't have any issues with the slab being out of square. another chalk line down because it's not really dark enough. We want a good dark line. Okay. Alright, so now that we've popped out our slab, the owner here wants a window on this side in the center and a window on that side in the center, and they want a 5-foot door in the front here. So what me and Angel are going to do right now is we're going to find the center of the wall, and we're going to mark on the floor the window size that we're going to put in, which is a 3050 window. He's going to hold outside of the wall, and I'm going to measure to the outside of the wall over here, which is 24.5 inch. So we want to mark 12-foot, quarter inch to find the center. Right there. So for a 3-foot window, the header is actually 3'3". It's a little bit, it's 3 inches bigger for the 2 cripples on the side that hold the header, which are 1.5 inches apiece. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write on the slab what we're gonna be using here. We're gonna be using a 3'3" header and 81¼ inch stud cripples. That's just a standard cripple. A standard height for windows on homes. So we're gonna move that same dimension to this side so both windows are straight across from each other. Quarter inch. And again, that's the center of the window, so we're going to center the header in the dimension of the header off this center mark. Okay, so that's our 2 windows. We want a 5-foot door in the front. So what we're going to do is me and Angel's going to find the center again here in the front. The owner wants the door right in the center. Right to the outside. So it's 16 foot, really simple. 8 foot is the center. And the header, again, it's a 5-foot door, so we're going to build the door. So we're going to just make it exactly 5 foot. Normally on a 5-foot door you have to put 2.5 inches more for the jamb, but we're actually going to build this door. So I need a 5'3" header centered in this opening. Thank you, Angel. Okay, so now Angel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the walls. It's called plating. I'm going to plate the walls, and Angel's going to do the headers and the studs and the cripples. So once he gets those built, we're going to start assembling the walls. Okay, so we're going to start our plating now. What we're going to do is we're going to start by laying 2 boards, treated boards for the bottom plate, the seal plate here. And what I need to do is I need to make sure the corner is 3.5 inches away from my line to receive the wall that comes in on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my speed square here, and I'm going to mark 3.5 inches, and I'm going to square that up, and I'm going to transfer it down. And then I'm going to put it right on the chalk line. Right there. Then I'm going to go to the other end. And I have the chalk line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to transfer the chalk line up, and then I'm going to mark 3.5 inches more with my speed square. By the way, I'm using a Swanson speed square. I think that that's the best square on the market, especially for somebody that's a carpenter every day. The square has a lot of information that you can use, for laying out walls, cutting roofs, stuff like that. marking, scribing. It's a pretty good tool for a professional carpenter. If you notice right here, the pipe is here in the outside of the wall. So what we have to do is we have to make a mark and notch that out, so when we stand the wall up, we have a notch where we can push it out to the line. Okay. So now I'm going to take now that's the seal plate, so now we need the top plate. Okay. This is real important. The first plate that we're going to put here, we want to make sure it's laid out on 16-inch centers. That way a stud breaks on the splice. And it needs to be on 16-inch centers, so when we apply our 4x8 plywood on the outside, it breaks every 4 feet. So I'm going to mark 160 3/4. Okay? And I'm going to square that up. And I'm going to cut this off too. But right now I'm just trying to lay the plate. So I'm going to slide this forward until it's on the mark. And now I have it. So right here, we're going to go ahead and transfer the mark across. And this is a corner. We use a C for a corner. So when we detail the wall, we put a C for the corner. I'm going to take this other plate and I'm going to run it out here and mark it the same as the green plate over here, as the sole plate, the treated plate. So here's the corner right here. So I'm going to transfer this line over here and here. This is the 3.5 inches in. In just a minute I'll show you why I do that. So I'm going to go back to where we detailed the window on the floor here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer that mark up to my plate. And what I'm going to put is a stud and a cripple. The cripple is what supports the header. And then we know that our header was 3'3", so I'm going to measure off of here 3'3". And then I'm going to square that up. Okay, so now that we have our layout done for our window and our corners, what we're going to do is we're going to mark 16 inches on center. Okay, so I'm going to hook on right here and I'm going to mark 16 inches on center. All the way across the wall. Now if you notice right here where I marked 160 3/4, see, I'm going to mark 160 now, and that's in the center of the splice. And then continue marking 16-inch centers. And that's it. Okay, then again, I'm going to take my speed square and I'm going to move it to both marks, and I'm going to put an X on this side. Right there? Okay, now I'm going to get me 2 more pieces of plate, 2x4. And now the mark that I made for the corner, what we're going to do with this piece of plate is we're going to start it on the mark that I transferred up. So the next ball that comes in here, it's 3.5 back, so this plate can overlap. And then it's very important here where we have the splice at 160 that we break it at least 3 to 4 feet. And here we have about 3.5 feet. Then I'm going to take the other plate and I'm going to bring it down here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here where we marked the 3.5 in for the corner, and we're going to transfer that onto this plate and square that up so we can cut it off. So that's basic wall layout. So that's what we'll do on all 4 walls. Okay? Just tell them you're laying the studs in the wall 16 inches up center.
Okay. Lay down the wall, 1 minute right now. Then now all this top. So now I move the white plate to the top for a sudden edit.
Which I've already laid it out. I got to put the top plate on it, but it's actually a mirror image of that wall. It has 2 corners and a 305 window in the middle. So I'm just plating it exactly the same way. The studs will be laid out exactly the same way. It'll be a mirrored image from one side to the other. Of angel nailing because he's
Yeah, I got him with the first side of it,
okay.
you know,
Alright.
and then he got distracted, so I was just
Alright,
kind of.
Hey, bro, you done with this? Here, hold on. Here's what I want to do. I want to pull the triples up here, like I told you. You already nailed it. Okay, all right. Well, here, bring this one over. All right, so right here is what I was talking about earlier. Here's our header, and then what we have is we have a triple for support, which what I call is a cripple. Some people call it a king stud, cripple, jack stud. I mean, I've always called them stud cripple. So again, the terminology is different just depending on what part of the country you're in. But again, move in here. What we're doing is we're taking the header and we're setting it on top of the cripple, and then we're securing it on both sides with nails. So the idea is that the cripple supports the header supports the roof. So that's why we're putting the header in the way we are. Now Angel's going to assemble the wall. He's going to nail it all together, and then we'll stand it up. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the seal for the window. We know it's a 5-foot window, so I'm going to measure down 5 foot. I'm going to measure down 5 foot, and then I'm going to add 1.5 inches for the seal plate. And that'll give me my measurement for my blocks, which are 19 5/8 inch. So I'm going to cut 4 of those and a seal plate 10 foot. Still have to use your hammer every once in a while.
Oh, you want to cook that now?
No, I don't know shit.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's alright. Here, come on. We'll use them for the corners after we get everything up so we can Ready? Now we're going to put a temporary brace on this end and that end to keep the wall standing until we get the other walls to tie them together. Texas that you stay hydrated. We get days between 85 and 105, and if you don't stay hydrated, you'll end up with real severe cramps and lots of pain. I've been dealing with some of that this week. One thing that's very important on any project you do is to make sure you use all the pieces you can possibly use as you're building, as you're framing, whatever it is you're framing. So what I always do is as I look for window stool blocks or corner blocks or any kind of blocking, I look around the job and then I'll pick up everything that looks like, something like this, and this will make a window stool block. So it keeps you from having to cut a long 2x4 for little blocks. like this, there really isn't anything you can do with it. Install one on each side to support the people who are on the side. And then, after that, we'll just follow our layout. We're going to install our seal, which is 3 foot long, because that's what we have at the top. Because we used, again, a 3'3" header, which with the 1.5" stud grip on each side gives us a 3 foot opening. So by cutting this board 3 foot, we know that the opening is 3 foot all the way through. So now I'm going to use this stud back here to get my layout for my block. So I'm going to hook on this stud and I'm going to mark my 16 inches. And then I'm just going to put it on the mark, and I know then that it's straight with the other studs. Okay, so we have our layout from whenever we laid out the wall for the 16" on center. So we're just going to move it up here so I can see it better. So here's what's important this time. So the plywood starts on the corner and it's 4 foot wide. So we have that 3.5 inch difference. We can't just hook onto the wall here and mark 16. What we have to do is we have to hook all the way outside on the corner and come down here and find 160 again. So here's 160, but it's too close to the corner. So I'm going to back up to 144 3/4. Still breaking on my 16 inch center.
All right, cut battery.
Again, we don't want to have less than 3 feet. So I'm going to cut this board so I have more than 3 feet. I'm going to cut the longer board. Grab a few plates, brother. Light plate. Now we're going to plate the wall on the end here. All it has in it is all studs. There's no windows, no doors, no opening. So we're going to cut the plate inside the inside. sure that we have 3.5 inches in from the chalk line before we secure the bottom. Because that's what we're looking for, 3.5 inches for our... So, we have 3.5 inches from the outside to the chalk line, and we're on the blue chalk line. So that corner's right in the right place. So we're going to put a concrete pin to secure it. Then we're going to go to the other corner and make sure it's on the line. Here, swing around to this side and see the blue chalk line. So there you can see the chalk line. So I have 3.5 inches from outside to the chalk line, and I'm on the chalk line. That gives me a 90-degree corner. Okay.
Yeah.
You should leave this top plate off.
Okay.
Is that flush over there? Hold on, let it put the top plate. This is Kurt Wolf. He's one of my builders. We've been working for him for a couple of years. He's a really good guy. He does a really nice house. After a while, we'll put a little bit of footage of what he does on the inside. He's out in Canyon Lake, Texas. Thanks. No, back up that so you get the frame. And here is Kurt Wolf. He's the builder. What are you? How much were those blocks, Angel? Same thing again. We have the 5-foot door here that we laid out earlier. So we're just transferring that onto the plate for the wall. So we've completed 3 walls, now we have 1 more. As soon as we finish assembling this wall, we're going to start putting on some joists, ceiling joists, and then the roof rafters. How many concrete nails you got left? One on each side of the door. Put one in the middle of each of the walls. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lay out for our ceiling joist and rafters. So what we're going to do is we're going to start back here on the back, and we're going to put them on 19-inch centers, 19.2 to be precise. So what we have is, if you look at the tape right here, there's a diamond. And the diamond is 19.2, which is actually about 19 and a quarter. So every 19 and a quarter, there's going to be a diamond. Instead of using the traditional 16-inch centers or 24-inch centers, we're going to use the 19-inch centers. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need 16 of them. 16 of them. Okay. What we're doing right now is we're nailing up braces, so we want to get everything plumb and level and straight before we start putting the ceiling joist on. So what we're doing is nailing temporary bracing to the walls. So we'll get all the corners level, and then we'll string line the walls for straight. Well, up, pick it up. Grab one of those studs. go. Back to you, Merlin. Come on, Merlin. Oh, too much. Merlin's got a little too much strength for us today. Back this way. Come on. Back. Oh, a little bit more. Oh, nail it. Chongo. A little bit to me. Oh, that off a little back. Oh, a little bit to you. Nail it. Chongo. Chongo in Spanish means to nail the middle. Actually means chimpanzee, but we call it chongo to nail the middle. It's kind of a thing that we do. To you. A little bit more. Oh. Let off just a fuzz, Merlin. Nail it. Chongo.
For me?
Yeah, just a little. Oh, nail it. We have other men working on another job whenever we left there, and we actually picked up this little level. So it's not long enough to go all the way from top to bottom. So what we've done is we've cut a straight 2x4 so we can get from plate to plate. That way we know it's level from plate to plate, regardless if the stud's a little crooked. What we're doing here is we're back cutting the ceiling joist. We're back cutting the ceiling joist so it doesn't stick up above the roof rafter.
Want to explain? Now we're gonna install the ceiling joist. Got it? Make sure it's flush on which side. 1.5 inch. Only main info, right? The last one. 1.5 in. Here.
twist it like this. There you go. To you a little bit. Oh, nail it. To you a little bit. Oh, middle. Nail it. Just a little bit to you, Angel. Oh, nail it. Flush. Flush afuera the joint.
The joint?
Here, now, yeah. Flush afuera the joint.
Yeah, right here.
You good?
Hey.
Put one nail. One nail. Alright, hold on. Okay, now we're good. Hold on. Now we're going to sight the joist for straight. Push it. A little bit. Nail it. Push it a lot. Oh, middle. Oh, push a little. Nail it. This one's twisted. Stand it up like this first. Back this way. Oh, a little bit. Come on in. A little bit. Oh, right there. This side. Cut out, huh? Stand it up. Push a little bit. Oh, nail it. Okay, now we're going to cut the roof rafter for it's on a 6 and 12 pitch, and we're going to cut them out of 2x6 yellow pine.